All right, I am going to run Tangleroot normal. Tangleroot is a weird chain. It goes from 3 all the way to 7. So running various quest levels at a certain level for normal, hard, elite doesn't quite work for that. I'm only level 5 and I'm a little under geared, although I feel better with this sword that you saw me find and get from the auction house. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot on normal. If it starts to feel hard at some point, I don't expect it to, but if it does, I'll just drop down to, or I'll just wait till next level to finish the chain. Now I could just hop on my horse and get over there, but it might be a little hard to follow. So I'm just gonna hoof it, walk with my hireling and show you the way. So we just from the entrance, you make a left. If you make a right, you can get down to Slayer area down here, and where you can get some explorers, etc. But easiest way is to go left. I'm going to use my expeditious retreat clicky, make it a little bit faster. There's a rare off to the right with the chest. I'm just going to skip it. I'm not really too worried about getting Slayer. I'm already maxed out for the level at this point. But it's going to be this way for pretty much the whole all the way to 20. Once we get in epic levels, it'll be a little bit different. But yeah, we could have leveled a long time ago and skipped a lot of content. But as a free-to-play player, we don't want to skip the content. We want to learn it all and get favor for it all. So we need to run it on normal hard elite. Another approach instead of doing that would be just to try to get to 20 TR, get to 20 TR twice, and then you don't have to. You could skip normal and hard, but if you do that, there'll just be a bunch of quests you don't learn. You'll miss out on some favor, and at the end of the day, those extra lives don't mean as much. All right, so I should have done repairs. It looks like this is a level 1 item. Let me do this. Let me recall. We're pretty close to the start, and then that'll be good because you'll be able to see the way again, and I'll try to give a little more narration to the way as well. All right, I'm gonna just do some quick repairs. Let me first sell everything that doesn't look interesting. I've been trying to sell as I go. All right, use my boost to get a little more plat. I have another cloak that's actually intelligence +1, cold absorption 10, almost the exact same cloak. And because we've not been out of the wilderness for 5 minutes, nothing will have respawned. I do have to use another expeditious retreat clicky, but at the same time, we'll have plenty for the quest. A lot of these quests coming up in Tangleroot are really short. So you make a left instead of a right, and you just follow that path past this, I don't know, whatever it is, sort of guard post or scout post. You'll get into like a gated area with skulls, and then if you go to the right, there's a cave with a possible rare. We're going to skip that and go left here, and then this is about where we stopped at this bridge. So when you get to this bridge area, you just cross this bridge and follow the bridge path. And you'll notice a trend here. We keep making lefts, so that's easy to remember the way because it's all lefts. at least up to now. So you make a left here instead of a right. If you make a right, you get to another possible rare encounter and explorer. And you get to another kind of guard outpost here. Just kind of follow the path. And another outpost. They're very fortified here. And if you don't not range, you'll have to jump up on top and get that guy. But these are level 3 slayers, so they're not too hard. All right, so that was a rare. Forgot about him. All right, and then at this outpost here, you kind of make a little bit of a U shape and go backwards. I'm going to grab this first, this flower. If you don't have enough jump, then you just have to climb up onto that, or go up the way we did before. All right, and so you follow this around. There's some rare encounters down here and explorers. And you can see a little fortress again in the background. So this is going to be this last time is going to be the one time we go right instead of left. So if you go left, you go to another rare encounter and explorer. And if you go right, you find this guy. And he gives you some choice of level 1 weapons. This is actually not a bad weapon for a level 1 weapon for a great crossbow build. So I'm going to keep this. I don't know when we're going to do a great crossbow build. That would be a pure rogue, basically. But it certainly is not a bad weapon, and if nothing else, we could stick it on the auction house. It'll probably get decent price. All right, so then we go kind of follow this trail here. It was to the left of the chief. We'll get a few guys to fight, and then all the quests are here. And these quests go all the way from 3 to 7. It's a bit much um, of a big level range, so it's a little questionable whether those sevens, they're going to be a lot more hit points, but it's on normal, so I think we'll be fine. And the way is effectively the same in every quest. You can get some collectibles and things to the right. I just skip it and go right to the quest. There's quite a few collectibles on the way in this quest. Hobgoblins hit hard for the level, not on normal, but on elite and reaper. But not for us. I mean, they're not really on normal. They're not going to hit us too hard. Some of these have guys up higher. We could either just climb the ladder or use our bow. But we have to open this gate. We have to go to the guard rooms on the left and right, pull a lever, and then that'll open that gate. In this quest, all we have to do is slay guards. So I don't know if there's enough guards through there or not, but certainly on this side there is. Just go one of the side wings here, and then just the first four guys you find. In fact, I thought I remember just needing one, so I wonder if I missed a couple, ran past them. All right, looks like Molin finished it off. So now we just recall out. And so it's pretty much every quest is the same way. There's two at each level from 3 to 7. And so we just get the quest, go back into the quest, and that was fast enough that this wilderness didn't reset. If you're under 5 minutes, the wilderness here won't even reset. It might feel a little bit repetitive, but the great thing about it, some people don't like this chain for this reason and have complained about it being the same, map every quest. And I sort of like it because you get some sort of feeling that you're, progressing and learning it better with the same map. So it doesn't bother me at all. And again, for this, we'll have to open the gate. All right. And so here's some guys either go up and, but, you know, at least on normal, it's probably a lot quicker to just shoot them with arrows, even with our bad arrow DPS. All right, so now we have the gate open. The objective is rescue five prisoners. And you saw last time we went to the prison. We saw where the prisons were when we were getting the guards. So uh, when you get through the gate and get to this next main area, left and right are prisons. So in this case, we're going to have to go on both sides, and then when we go forward, there'll be a prisoner in what's sort of like a throne room. So we just look inside, see if there's any prisoners to rescue. And there's a prisoner, so let's rescue this one. And this is not random, it's the same place every time. Some quests, these type of things are random, and this one, the prisoners are always in these two cells on this side. There's an optional here, we'll just skip it, it's nothing too exciting. All right, on the opposite side, there's also a prison, and it's just like before, they're always in the same location. And these are the two on this side. There's two on each side plus one in the throne room, so we don't need to check this other prison. So not a throne room, a warden room. So these keys are for optionals. We'll skip them and just recall out. Another optional behind that door. It's just a chest with a bunch of traps that have to be disabled. And because there's so many uh, quests here, you'll actually ransack it before you get through before you finish the quest chain. All right. Well, that's the two level threes. Now we'll head to the four. As we get deeper into their fortress, the objectives in the beginning part get easier, and there's more objectives towards the end. This is another one where it's in the same location every time. You'll notice this, we don't have to go unlock the gate now. There's three things we have to retrieve. It's in the same location. In the first two quests, the first thing we did here, that's the prison on the left, the warden room straight ahead, and then the prison to the right. We're going to go to this prison on the right as we did the last two times, and that's where the first person we want to get these items from are. And that's always in the same location every time. And if you're ever not sure, you can always just consult the wiki. All right, and there's the troop roster. We'll just grab that and proceed forward. And then this will be a common theme. We have to fight people here pretty much every time from this point on. Grab that collectible. We should be getting maybe not this level, but and maybe because we're running on normal, but throughout this chain we should be getting quite a few collectibles that'll help us get that minimum level 4 augment. If not for this life, then for next life. All right, so we went to the end of these caves. We went right, and then there's the main path is left, and there's a cave to the right. So there's a few things in this cave to the right, including one of these objectives here. So we'll just go here and get it. And you can see the combat orders there. I'm just going to hit Q and then E to pick it up. It's the easiest way to pick things up. You could also just left click. And we have one more to get. The last one is to the left here. And there's a behind this little thing is a collectible I've had really good luck with. Sweet White Cap. I've gotten some pretty good collectibles there in the past. This is a shrine if you need it. It closes, so All right, now this is a deadly trap. I always come in here prepared now, but this used to be a difficult thing to overcome when I was new to this quest chain on higher difficulties. All right, second trap, and the second trap is equally deadly. And then this is where we're going to get the third thing. And you can see his patrol map over there. We'll clear this area. Now, unfortunately, we'll loot this quick and see if we can recall out. There are guys below that likely saw us and are racing here to get us. This should complete the quest. So I'm going to recall out hopefully before they get here. If not, we'll have to fight them and then recall out again. Up here they come. Oh, that was unpleasant. And where there's hobgoblins, where there's wargs, there's the wargs masters, but the wargs are pretty fast, so they. Oh, nope, we're gonna have to fight. Pretty typical. Um, Once in a while I don't have to fight, but I normally this happens every time I run the quest. I have to fight these guys. Looks like we got some more favor rewards. We'll just all right now. Same thing. We're just going to go a little further this time than we went last time. That's pretty much how this works every time. And this is the last of the level 4 quests. And that took longer than 5 minutes, so that's why that reset. And this quest will be very much the same way. The main difference is going to be this time we have to destroy. There's a spider called Whisper Doom, and with a bunch of eggs, and we have to destroy those eggs. Interestingly enough, I don't believe you can kill Whisper Doom. I've heard people say yes, yes, you can kill him if you have really good DPS, but I don't believe it's possible. At least at this level, you can't do it. So what you do is you kill the egg sacs, and then run somewhere safe, and then recall out. But I've heard people tell me that they could, at level, kill Whisper Doom. I never could. Although my guild leader says it can be done. He's done it, at higher levels just to test it out. So I guess if you really want to test if you have Uber DBS, you can see if you can kill it at level. This Slay of 3 objective used to be good. It used to say, Slay 3 of Whisper Doom's daughters or something like that, but now it just says Slay 3. But that's what that objective is. And I pretty much skip it unless I happen to run into all 3 of them. I'm a big fan of getting this collectible here, so usually what I do is when I'm done fighting Whisper Doom, is I run to this little alcove where we got the last objective to get this. Sometimes Whisper Doom's daughter there. I was hoping she wouldn't be, but no problem. There, it goes down pretty quick, especially on normal. All right, so we got that, and then I'll just come here to recall out and hope Whisper Doom doesn't catch me. All right, so we'll just keep following this cave. We haven't gone this far yet, and then you get a choice left for the main path, which is a big circle, or right to this sort of spidery looking cave. And as you might guess, this is where we want to go. Now, pay attention to this objective here. That's all we want to do, and then we want to loot the chest and run. So get my expeditious treat in advance. You can kill these black widows. Get this black widow because it might web you. All right, one more. I think I saw it over here. Now grab it. And then if you can get the chest, great. Might be a little hard because she's kind of beating us up, but we got it. All right, and now just run. Whoop, where'd I go? There we go. Just run, and I had my hireling parked, so she's not super fast. You can see she's coming after us, but she's coming after us really, really slow. So um, I've just always run back to that little mushroom and then recalled out, and I've never had a problem. All right, so we have the threes and the fours. Now we're going to do the fives, and uh, it should keep getting a little bit harder because every two quests we run, it's going up a level. And we're at level five, and so, but we're going to try to do all the way up to seven on normal. Just because it's hard to, we have to get this in, and you can't just do the threes, fours, fives, and then do them again in hard. You have to pretty much run the whole chain. I think there is a way you can do it by abandoning, but then you lose the. If you do that, then you lose. Did I lose my hireling? Yeah, I'm gonna have to recall or re. Nope, he's here. He's all right. Now this one is ridiculously easy. Acquire stronghold key. And if we face any danger at all, like we'll stop and finish the sixes and sevens next level or the following level, but I don't think that'll be the case. I think we could run level seven normals, no problem. Even though we have mostly level one gear still, the two most important pieces of gear we have are the gloves, strength plus three, deadly three, and the sword we have with keen, holy keen, and those are nice items. Those are probably the most important items to have a good sword, a good weapon, and then something that increases your damage, such as strength and deadly. So I think we're in good shape to do these higher level quests on normal. In fact, we could probably even do hard, but we are going to need to save some stuff for the next level too. All right, so the key is in the same location in this cave here where we had found one of the. Yeah, this is where the same place where one of the the combat order objective was for the thing. All we do is loot this chest, get the key, and now we're going to go to the second part of this chain, this level. 3 and 4, everything is just on this outer stronghold, and then now starting with level 5, we're going to have one quest outer stronghold, one quest inner stronghold. Now this objective, I don't go for it. It just happens because all of these Avengers are right on our way, and then we just use the key, and we are finished. So, but don't recall, I've made this mistake before. You want to go through this gate, and this is the inner stronghold, and you're going to go here for the second quest for the fifth level one, the sixth level, and the seventh. All right, and this is where we'll put our bow on. Hopefully, we still have some arrows left. Hit T, aim for the target, and then left click once we're there, and then hit T again, change our weapon back, and then now we can cross the bridge and just go as normal. If you're on a class, if you don't happen to have a bow or you need arrows, you just break these barrels here. Or no, in some quests you do that. In this one, you actually just open the chest, and they'll give you. I'll take the arrows, but they'll give you just a generic bow and arrows. I think the first time we encountered this, we had like some major drama trying to figure out how to hit the target because we didn't realize you had to hit the T. So that's why I wanted to show that in case it's new to you. You have to press the T, aim, and then left click. All right. We just talked to him, and we have a few enemies around here we have to clear, and that's the quest. So that's the level 5 quest. We'll recall out and get level 6 quests. Yeah, because we're doing both the outer and inner stronghold, then, well, both of those quests took less than 5 minutes. That's surprising. So I thought I was going to say that we're going to get those enemies respawning because, it's two quests in a row before you actually go back out to the wilderness. But the one was just get a key, and the other was just barely go in and talk to the guy. So the whole thing, both quests were less than 5 minutes. So far, according to my timer on Bandicam, we are at 33 minutes. We've done 6 quests, so and a wilderness run and a few other things in the beginning, such as recalling to repair. All right, I think we're in the next tier of collectible, and this is the tier that we need to get mats to get the level 4 augment. And it looks like to get the level 4 augment, we want a sapphire, and to get that we need 30 crypt moss worm lava, 10 crypt moss worm, and 5 crypt moss queen. So I'm guessing we're nowhere near that. We did get some of that in Three Barrel Cove because that was above the level when we ran it. But if I just search on crypt moss, I don't see any in there. So we're not really even close to getting that. But we could maybe check the auction house and see. That stuff tends to go more in the Astral Shard auction house, but uh, We, as free-to-play players, we can't use the Astral Shard auction house at all. There's no way to unlock it or use it except by using some kind of a code from the making a purchase through the DDO store or using a code. Now I will there is a way to do it. I will describe in a guide in detail, but I'm not going to discuss it too much here because um, making trades for codes is a very something you have to be very careful about because it's not supported. It's not against the rules by SSG, but it's not supported. Meaning if you make a trade for a code so that you can upgrade to premium for free, and that person you give the person items and they this is the absolute easiest quest in this chain. All you do is run to this entrance. You don't have to get a key or anything. You just basically make your way to the inner stronghold. Don't have to really fight these guys. I could just go right through the door. All right, so now we're on to our second level 6 quest. I haven't really seen anything to give me concern. I sort of knew that was going to be the case, but it might sound a little bit strange that we're doing level 6 and 7 quests at level 5, but it's just the way with free to play that it works uh, with these kind of weird quests that have range level range 3 to 7 for the chain, and we have to run them 3 times to get or twice before we could do elite. Once we get to elite, we will do things at the normal level range. Once we get to elite, or yeah, this does not support Reaper. It only supports elite, so we'll run these on elite rather than Reaper. All right, now last time this is where we just talked to a guy and the quest was over. We do have to go further this time, but of course that previous quest was easy. In fact, people used to the way that you could run these like basically normal hard elite for each one is you run the quest, then abandon it, and then run it again. And so people used to do that with that quest that we just ran to get XP because it's like literally a minute. So you could just run the quest even when it's at like minus 80% experience, it's still really good experience. All right, now there's I'm gonna just clear this whole thing. There is a you could just the easiest way to do this is just look at the wiki. If you go to the wiki, ddowiki.com, and then search on the name of the quest, which is I'll pull this up. Doom of the Witch Doctor, Zulkash Herald of Woe. You'll be able to find the solution to this puzzle. Uh, what I'm going to do is just show you kind of how it's intended to be solved. I am going to actually use the solution from the wiki. I have it up right now, um, but I want to at least show you, uh, you know, how this was intended to be done. It was intended that you'd clear this whole thing out, and then I'll go back and do all the wheels, one by one. So this is these are the answers. If you match the colors up here to the wheel, then you'll get it there. Now, if you're colorblind, that might be very difficult for you, but that's okay because the wiki itself has the color name on the solution. So even if you're colorblind, you'll be able to see that. And the wheel has the color on it. Ironically, they don't have it there on the solution, but that's okay. Just go to the DDO wiki. You don't even need to do the circle around. And so I'm just going to put the wheels in. The blue solution is this thing here, which people say it's call it ogre, like it looks like an ogre. I don't really see the resemblance, but if people say ogre, I know what they mean because The first time someone said turn it to ogre, I was like, what? And but now I know, now I understand. This is the green one, and so it's this one, which I don't know what it is, but to me it looks like sort of a weird plus sign or something. Some people think it looks sort of like an F, but quite a few of those look sort of like an F. All right, this is the purple, and the solution is here. These same symbols are used in a bunch of quests. You'll see these same symbols in a whole bunch of quests for rune wheels. This is the red one, and the solution is this thing that I think there's a name for it, like it's a, I don't know, a guy running or something, but to me it looks like a backward F. And that should be it. So I, I believe we've done all of them. We may have one more. Let me just, oh yeah, so we got the solution. So the door opens, and now we just defeat this end area. Some of these casters can be, on higher difficulties, can be kind of tough. So we'll just get this caster boss first. All right, so we'll grab and then we just have to destroy this to finish the quest. The key is for an optional. The optional is actually kind of cool. It might be fun to do one time, but we're not going to do the optionals here. I'm just in the habit of skipping optionals because they don't really add any Reaper XP, and they just take more time and more chance of problems. But especially when you're running on normal, if you want to explore some optionals, this is one of the more cool optionals in the game. All right, now we're just going to run the last one. So part of the reason I wanted to do this is just to show you that you don't really need to be afraid to run over the level quests on normal, and to a lesser extent hard. But you want to make sure if you're struggling on normal, then you probably don't want to run it on hard. But we haven't got to a point where we're struggling at all here. All right, so getting to the stronghold is again going to be easy, but they don't give you as much XP in this quest as the last one. I mean, people that are really wanting to optimize their XP per minute don't even fight stuff. They just open doors and run the whole way. But if there's one tip I could ever give you in this game, the tip would be don't fall into the run things as fast as possible mode. It just takes a lot of the enjoyment out of the game. I mean, there will be times when you want to run things fast, like if you're just trying to get a specific item and running a quest, but you don't want to do that like the whole game. You want to really enjoy it. Find some people you enjoy running with and run with them. That helps. If you like soloing, or just because you play at a time, or uh, where you end up soloing, just make sure you're doing it the way you like it, and not falling into the trap of taking recommendations on running stuff fast, or that type of thing. So you can see I took quite a bit. I was taking some damage there. These level 7 guys are hitting harder. They're the equivalent of level 5, supposedly the equivalent of level 5 enemies on Elite, but I don't believe it. I think level 5 on Elite is actually harder than level 7 on normal. I mean, the thing that might be different is things like fortification bypass. I have level I have a level 3 fortification item, and I'm facing enemies that are kind of geared for a level 7 fortification item. So I'll take critical hits more and things like that, and that's just fine. So we could ignore these guys that don't seem to be interested in us, and that's it. Now we're now we're on to the very last quest in the chain. We could start this chain on normal, or on hard, but we're already way over the experience. So anything we run at this quest, we're getting effectively no experience for. So I'm all for pushing the hard runs on the chains to the next level. And then the first two are level 3, so we'll run those two on elite next level. I mean, we could potentially on level 7 just finish the chain on elite to get our end reward in favor. House Valar in favor is pretty cool. For the first year, you get some skill bumps. Okay, we went right last time for the puzzle, and this time we're going to go left. And the hardest part about this quest is actually some traps. But being trapper, we should be good with that. And we are under the level, so I may have to use my human skill boost here to make it. But since it's normal difficulty, I suspect I should be able to make it. This quest is kind of geared towards a level 7 player. We're level 5. Just gonna have him give me a quick heal. There's probably some guys up there, so we can just drag them out here. Ignore any archers or casters up there. We'll grab the key. And you have another guy on the same side with the key. And you can see I'm taking a little bit of damage, but 14 damage is not much. I'm not really sweating that. I'll just kind of peek my head in, come out. All right. So there's two keys we got. The first is for this outer door. And you can see immediately I'm sensing a trap. So I'm going to use my human boost, skill boost, put my lockpicking stuff on and or disabling stuff. And I found it. That's good. Let's see if I can disable it. Yes, I can. So um, probably not an elite at this level. I'm guessing I probably couldn't disable it. I still have +1 thieves tools, and by this level I'll get +4 thieves tools from. All right, I'm sensing a trap, so I'm going to let this renew. I probably need this to get my. Don't have a search item at all, so let's go a little further. Still got my skill boost on. There it is. And there's a rest shrine if we need it. We really don't. Molin has used less than 37, a little more than 37 spell points. I guess less than 50. Uh, this is the end fight of the last quest. You can see there's the boss. I'm gonna kind of just go up this way and nobody up here. There's one this way. I'm just gonna go up that way and there's another guard there. Try to take a few one at a time before I face the mob. I am under the level, although uh, I mean I'd argue that I'm probably really not. I think I could handle normal on this level no problem. There are a couple of optional type things, both sides. We're not going to bother with those. We'll just go charge the throne area. So this is the real throne area. In the inner. All right. Let's grab his key. All right. Now there's no named end items in here. Instead, you get a list of named items for the end reward. I don't know if it's based on difficulty, but we'll check. The most coveted item out of here is some Death Ward goggles. As a paladin, we'll get Death Ward as a spell, and we probably won't need those. But I'm not sure what level we get it in. Plus, we'll be playing other classes in the future. So if we get that, we'll probably get it. The named items are based on the old, like this does not even exist anymore. They're based on some of the old enhancements in the game. Generally, not as good. Sometimes you'll get something like this, which gives you a clicky. If you get a good clicky, like invisibility, it might be worth taking just because it's a very rare item. And those don't really drop much. Sorry, I'm getting texted here. All right. Let me grab the item, and then I've got to get to my Terraforming Mars game. This is a trinket we'll always kind of be interested in. This one doesn't. 50 spell points could be useful for us, but this is really the item that's kind of the iconic item from here. It's a Death Ward clicky. It's the only, as far as I know, it's the only low-level one in the game. There are some other higher level ones, but this is a nice item that could come in useful. There are other ways to get wizardry in a trinket that we could buy, so we'll probably skip that. This is not too interesting to us. Dexterity +3, level 5 is not bad, but we can get that from randomly too over time. Let's see what the helmet is. Yeah, nothing really that great. 10 fire resistance, we could do better than that. The water breathing, we actually have our Korthos ring still for that, but that wouldn't necessarily be bad. But for now, let's get this. This is kind of the iconic item. It's not always in the list, and so we want at least one of these. And until we get this later on, we won't have this available. So this will be a nice thing. What this will do is prevent you from getting negative levels in the game. So I'm just going to recall out, and actually I'll retake the quest so I don't forget.